Great, thank you so much.
2.
Hi there, I'm Diana Montford, the world's first transgender television journalist. Born male, became female. I was told to say that by the gay political establishment because we need our history. Okay, now we have our history. There you go. History lesson, okay. But my guests are the fabulous actress, Ms. Louise Shaffer, who was on Ryan's Hope, Edge of Night, I believe.
Well, the Heart Is.
Others?
Search for Tomorrow, All My Children. I wrote for a lot of them.
And wrote for a lot of them, and has a new book coming out very soon. And you'll be seeing her there, here on to talk about her new book. And we're going to talk about her truly amazing career, dating all the way back to when she was very, very, very young. Run for Your Life with Ben Gazzara, a very famous 1960s series, and a very successful one. And so tell me. Oh, and Louise went to Be Still My Heart, Yale School of Drama. Hello. Why don't you tell us what? Oh, and Tom Lisanti. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with me. And Tom Lisanti, who writes wonderful books. He truly invented a genre about
Oral histories.
Oral histories of soap operas and films. He's written Dueling Harlows, a book about Ryan's Hope. Is it anywhere near us? The Ryan's Hope book?
Oh, no. I put it away.
Oh, well, get it out. Get it out.
Get out.
Yeah, take it out.
That's over there.
Well, okay. Never mind. He wrote a wonderful book about Ryan's Hope, and I will be right back. I will go get it. Excuse me. Okay. And here it is. And we will be looking at that book now. And we are going to discuss Louise Shaffer's career. And this is the book on Ryan's Hope, which you can get from Amazon or Barnes & Noble or any other book vendor.
Yes.
And it's a fascinating book. It's an oral history. Louise is in it. Many other Ryan's Hope stars are in it. Louise, how did you become an actress?
Well, I didn't actually make a commitment to the career until I was 12. But I started at the age of 3 when I memorized the entire Night Before Christmas with gestures. And Mama put me in a little pink dress, and my nursery school had a great big Christmas tree with an angel on the top that was wearing the same kind of pink dress. So I got a lot of play out of that. And as I said, I did it with gestures. And I got applause. And I was sort of like, oh.
You were also modeling for your father.
At the age of 4, you know, yeah, you remember it. Yeah, my dad had a photo finishing business back in the days when most people were still developing their own pictures that they took with Brownie cameras. So Dad got into the business of developing other people's films, and he needed a model for the advertisements that he put on, that he did in the brochures and the magazines. And you know, everybody, as you and I, when we talked about it, everybody wants to take a picture of their kids. So there were pictures of little Louise hugging a dog, hugging a cat, hugging a puppy, playing the piano, you know, that kind of thing. And
then you, now you have a very sad story about your father. What happened to your father?
My father? He died when I was 15.
Instantly?
Yeah. I went to school in the morning, and I came home at night, and he had died. There were all these cars all over the driveway, and I walked in the house, and it was very interesting. My father was not Catholic. My mother was, but the priest was there, and the priest took me aside and said my father was gone. Yeah. So lost Daddy when I was 15.
That's sad.
Yeah.
And Mama was left with 3 kids, and my brother, the baby, was 4 years old.
How did she support all of you?
She ran Dad's business.
Oh, thank God.
Wow.
Of course. Italian girl. She has stepped up. Come on.
Yes. Now, how did you get the idea to apply for Yale, and how did you get in?
When I was in high school, I was going to do a competition, state competition. You did a comedy piece and you did a drama piece, and I wanted to be coached. So of course my mother found the coach at Yale, the teacher, the professor who taught acting at Yale, and she also gave private lessons. So I started working with Connie Welsh on the two pieces, and by the way, I won. I did Emily's last speech from Our Town, and I did a thing that was written by Ruth McKinney, who did my sister Eileen. And so I was working with Connie Welsh throughout high school. And I also, Yale at that time was a boys' school, so they had a drama group called the Dramat. And when they wanted, when they needed women, they went to the town. And I wasn't a real townie, I lived out in Woodbridge, but I was close enough. So I had all that connection, and I knew, and I auditioned. And I think Connie probably pulled a couple of strings for me, and I got in.
Wow.
Well, you're very beautiful, and
Oh, thank you.
that helps, you know.
It's funny, you said that, and thank you.
No, but it's true. I mean,
I-
obviously it's true.
I never thought of that.
That makes you even more beautiful.
Well, thank you. I was always for show business, heavy. And so all my life I was focused on, I'm too heavy. That was what I focused on. I wish I could go back and tell myself to enjoy what I had.
Yes.
But yeah, at the time, that was my main concern. I never really thought of myself as a pretty. I knew I photographed well if you put enough makeup on me. But you really had to do the makeup because I was kind of very pale and I had these little tiny eyes that were very deep set. And so you really had to punch up that face. But if you did it photographed well. And I kind of knew that. It's a funny thing about being an actress, and you are one too, so you understand. In a strange way, you almost don't own how you look.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the toolbox.
Yes.
It really, so it's not sort of yours. It's just something that, oh, okay, so I've got a great, I have, in my case, a very light speaking voice, which didn't carry well, so that was a negative, but I had good cheekbones, so that was a positive. It was kind of like that with
And
me.
absolutely fantastic hair.
Well, thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Is that why on Ryan's Hope, Michael Corbett said in rehearsal he didn't know it was you because your
Yeah.
hair was because the
Yeah.
makeup people made you later on?
When I did a show for Norman Lear out on the coast, and they used to have tours go through the Tandem
Oh, that glitters.
studio. Yeah, when I
Which
did
was a huge, I cannot tell you how much that meant to the trans community at that time.
Yes.
It was the first ever portrayal of a very positive trans woman. She was a model. She was kidnapped by hillbillies, to use that term, and they found out that she was trans, and then they liked her. They thought she was a princess, a bitch lady, and then they found out that she paid major dues, that she was like them, an outsider. And that meant so much to the trans community. She wasn't a psycho. She wasn't a killer. She was a decent, kind woman who happened to be trans. And just at that same time, 1977, the Renee Richards story came out about the tennis player. It meant so much to us, I can't tell you. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No. And played by Linda Gray.
Yes.
Who is an incredibly charming actress.
And a beautiful
And a
woman.
beauty.
And truly a
true
former
beauty.
model, an
Yeah,
actress.
yes.
Today you couldn't do that. Today it would have to be a trans woman. But we were so grateful for anything. And it was wonderful. Now, please tell us your story about the tours and the makeup.
Yeah. So anyway, they used to have tours that would go through the Tandem lot, and they here's where we do the sets, and this is the thing, and these are the prop tables. And they would check in with the makeup department. And whenever I was on the show, the makeup department would grab the people from the tour, pull them into the makeup department before they started working on me, and say, see? Look, this is what we're working with. Now come back in an hour and a half and we'll show you what we can do. And they'd come back in an hour and a half, they'd say, see? Look at the
miracle of
magic,
Grace Kelly.
the magic we can do. It goes that to that.
But now, how do you get all these wonderful roles on daytime drama? I mean, how do you get the first one? Because the
Yeah.
first one can lead to the others.
And was the first one Hidden Faces?
No, the first one was Search.
Oh,
I
Search
did
for
Search-
Tomorrow?
I did Search
Oh,
twice.
twice. Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know
did
that.
Search. I did Search back when it had just stopped being live, and I wrote that Substack about. I wrote a Substack about my early days. I did it back when they didn't have wardrobe. So they used to borrow clothes from
Orbacks, of course, fashions
And
from
you
courtesy
get
of Orbacks.
Courtesy of Orbacks. So you would get your dress, and they'd have great big, huge dress shields and like things around the collar. So and
It could be sold later.
Yeah, and the wardrobe woman would be saying to you as you went down the hall, "Don't sweat,
Oh my God.
don't sweat." I think I was always just I think daytime was just right for me.
Why?
Well, first of all, I don't do two things at once well. And if you're working on a stage,
Right.
you playing the part, the character with the other person, but you've also got to have a part of your brain that's wondering, is the sideline seeing me? Should I
Oh,
be-
sure, yes, yes.
Are they hearing me back there? Do I need to pitch higher?
I'm thinking that right now.
Yeah, I can't do that. So if you're on camera, all you have to do is play the thing. Camera takes care of where your sight lines, camera takes care of can you be heard, camera takes care of all of that. So all I got to do is play pretend, which is what I really wanted to do. I just wanted to be other people that weren't me. And so it was that. I had a very good memory. I have a very quick emotional instrument. I can cry on the turn of a dime. I'm very close to the surface, and oddly, for somebody that can get very anxious, when you put me in the clinches, I kind of enjoy it. I kind of like being on the edge.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
So when you're working and doing in one day what nighttime does in 10 days.
And a film will do in 3 months.
And when you're under that kind of pressure, there's a certain kind of money player that really loves that, and I'm one of those. I like it. I like being terrified. I like being that scared.
Now, you've always played elegant, genteel ladies.
Yes.
Not the local bombshell come whore and all
can't
that,
tell.
like some of us. But anyway,
Yeah.
so what can I say? But that implies a certain career longevity, because the minute if they type you as sexy and then you get a little older, they say, she's used up. Next.
Oh, I got told that a lot.
Oh, get out of here, really?
Yeah, I got told once at a lunch with a friend, with a very nice guy, who was a producer.
Excuse me.
He said to me, "Well, you know, honey, you're no longer sexually viable."
Oh, God.
Yeah, when I was trying to.
And you were 23 at the time. Yeah.
No, I was like maybe 40, 39,
Oh,
40,
my
something
God.
like that. And of course, you always got it for weight.
Oh, yeah, well, sure.
You know, you've put on 10 pounds, there's no way we can put you in lingerie, you can't play the love scenes, we're going to have to pull back on you until you...
Or the wardrobe lady says, we have to up the size of your dresses. Maybe you should work on that.
Or the wardrobe guy, you walk in and the wardrobe goes, "Oh God, what do I do with that?"
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
Let someone say that to me and
I know.
he'll be singing soprano. But anyway,
What type of role would in Where the Heart Is? That's where you met Claire and Paul. Did you meet Claire and Paul there?
It was a young, elegant bitch.
Oh, it wasn't.
Yeah, I've always played bitches. I don't
but
know
you're
what.
so lucky.
Yes, thank you.
And the class
They're the
ones
better
always-
roles. They're the better roles.
And they get the better clothes.
Oh, yes, and the better love scenes too.
Well, and also, as Hitchcock said, sexual elegance. It's much more erotic to see a perfect woman loosen up and have emotions than it is to see the town tramp saying, "Hiya, buddy." You know, so I mean, it's a whole other deal.
Well, I'm half Italian and I'm half old New England wasp, Yankee, whatever. And so I did grow up with, stiff upper lip deer and
And you're from Connecticut, which is
pull it together and all of that kind of thing. But then I also nobly done. So
Me too.
I think what I always had going for me was innately I tried to be cool and calm and pulled together and I could sort of pull it off for a while, but eventually it would all fall apart. And I think that was something that people kind of liked watching. I would sort of disintegrate eventually because I couldn't keep it all under forever. It was just going to blow up.
Well, I know, like from the social media and stuff, they still remember you on The Edge of Night playing
Oh,
the
God,
Serena and her
Yeah.
dual personalities.
Yeah.
was the other one the slutty bad one?
Yeah, and I had a mad scene. I mean, I had
Oh.
a real total. I
You
learned,
did your nut, as they say.
I learned something from that. Quite
What?
serious. I started disassociating.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on the set.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize I had to learn that you can't take it home,
Yeah.
and
I once played Blanche Dubois. Drove me a little nuts.
it drove you crazy. I was fine. They sent me home. They put me on tranquilizers for a week. I got some sleep,
Oh
and
my
I was
God, you poor
okay.
baby.
But I was trying to hang on to it because you had to go back and do it again.
In a few hours. Yeah.
And I just kind of pushed myself over the edge.
Wow.
So I learned that you have to identify with the character. I mean, there's no way out on that. But you don't have to be the character. You can still act a little bit
Yeah,
enough to get
yeah.
off the set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Was
But
that breakdown on a court scene?
Yeah,
Oh, was
yeah,
it on
yeah.
when you went on a
you and
witness stand?
Judith Light apparently have done the best courtroom breakdowns ever in daytime television.
Yes.
People have said that.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you, yeah. I
And they were amazed that you weren't nominated for an Emmy for that performance.
yeah, I was.
Well, did I mention that Louise has won an Emmy?
Yeah, I did. Isn't
For
that
Ryan's
right?
Hope.
Yeah, for Ryan's Hope, and then they fired me.
Well, 6 months later.
Yes, hey, I mean, come on. No, they fired me, and there's a story about that. My agent, after they fired me, I said to my agent, I don't want this Emmy in my home. I think it has bad juju because I just got fired. So I gave it to her, and I said, you keep it for me and for a while, okay? So she had an office, and in her office, her desk was here, and the window out on Fifth Avenue, 53rd Street, she was between 5th and Madison, was here, and the bookcase with my Emmy on it was right next to the window. So one day, there was a crane doing something at the building across the street. You know the end of the story already. The thing got loose. It flew through the window, missed her desk, missed the other person that was in the office with her, and everything on her bookshelf except my Emmy, which it creamed. So then my agent didn't want it.
But they gave you another one, didn't they?
Well, yeah, I got another one. I'm working on my third right now, and it's broken.
Maybe they should make better Emmys, you know?
Tough fur. Come on.
Yeah, well, now that the tariffs are in place, you know.
Yeah, hey, come on.
But now, do you like being an actress? And now you're a writer, but
Yeah.
did you enjoy being an actress?
Yeah, I did. But I think writing is my real career. I loved being an actress, but I was always very ambivalent about the attention. I
Oh, so
wanted
no.
it very much, but it also made me feel kind of pushy.
Is
and-
that the WASP side of you?
Yeah, you know.
Did you do much promotion for like Ryan's Hope?
I did a lot of promotion.
you?
I did a lot of, I used to do, well, I was very reliable. I mean, I've lost most of my filters now that I'm in my 80s, but back in the day, I was very discreet and could be counted on always to say the right thing. So I got sent out quite
Quite
a
a
bit.
bit.
I got sent out a lot during the Delia gorilla story
Oh, really?
on Ryan's because a lot of people hated that
Right.
story, and I got to try to explain it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the Delia gorilla story? Was she kidnapped by a gorilla?
Yeah, Delia.
Like King Kong, that kind of thing?
She's putting together her Delia's Crystal Palace restaurant, which was this
Right.
like tavern on the green in Central Park. And her husband threw her out when he found out she had an affair with her stockbroker. And the Ryans were always mad at her for some reason. Or
Right,
another.
yeah, they really...
And on her walk from the Ryan bar to the Crystal Palace, she would go through the Central Park Zoo and befriended a gorilla.
Oh, no.
And
And it was a King Kong story.
yeah, and Prince Albert, and then he escaped, and then he made his way to the Crystal Palace, found her there, carried her to Belvedere Castle, and he kept her.
You know how
And then he climbed to
really
the top of.
far-fetched and crazy.
And on a Friday night
And-
afternoon, he climbs up and gets hit with tranquilizers. And Randall Edwards was playing Delia at the time, and Prince Albert's like this, and then he drops her, and the last thing you see is Randall Edwards screaming, "Ah!" and then freeze frame, and then you had to tune in on Monday to see what happened.
Yeah, and it was,
'Twas beauty killed the beast. Yes.
yeah, and the fans hated it.
I
The
don't blame
fans
them.
loathed it.
It sounds ridiculous.
Most of the fans, you know, Ryan-
there's drama and then there's so far-fetched. It's
But Claire took all credit for it, and she
Yeah, she
defended it
stood by it.
till she died. She stood by the storyline.
So anyway, I used to get sent out to do that a lot. But to answer your question, I think I've always loved storytelling. You know, I come from people that used to like to sit around the dining room table and tell stories, and I like stories. And to be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of reality. I really, really like my fantasies, and I like my imaginary characters. And so acting was a way of doing that.
and not winding up in Bellevue.
Exactly. And writing is an even deeper way of doing
Yeah, yeah.
that. So, and now that I'm older, I think I've discovered that writing is probably more suited to me temperamentally.
If someone offered you a part, though, a good one, you would take it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sure. In a minute.
What did you think about when you became a soap script writer?
That was a tough one.
It was.
Oh, that was hard, because I was writing. It took me a while to figure out how to write for other people.
Right.
And I would write stuff that I knew I could pull off, and they would cut it because they didn't want to do it that way. So it took me a while. Yeah, it was hard. It felt
You were staff writer at Ryan's Hope,
Excuse me.
loving.
As World
turn-
Turns, and briefly All My Kids.
Were you
Oh,
ever
my
a breakdown
children.
writer or a head writer?
I went into the breakdown room, but I couldn't do that. That was structure, and I wasn't very good at that. Dialogue was my thing. I started out on All My Children, and the book that I had ghosted a book for a shrink. It was called the luckiest girl. No, the best little girl in the world, and it was made into a movie of the week.
Oh.
So I got some money, and I wrote my first novel, which I had written 2 little detective stories.
You know, we
novels
only have
before
3
that.
minutes left.
Oh, okay. So I wrote The Three Miss Margarets, and that started me on my writing career.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And you have a book coming out soon, very soon.
Yeah, I have a book that I've written called The Do-Over, and we're going to be hybrid publishing it. And you said you'll let me come back and talk
Absolutely,
about it.
absolutely. You have my absolute word. You're a fascinating guest. And, well, I have, do you have any questions?
No, I was going to say, what is, quickly, what was it like going back to Ryan's Hope as a writer versus being there as an actress a couple of years before?
Do you get more respect as a writer than as an actress?
No.
Oh, it's the other way around.
Yeah. Yeah, the writers are kind of like, sit them in the back room and...
Because Claire was back as the head writer at the time, right?
Claire was back as... I had said to Claire, look, I'm not about to get my face lifted. And the handwriting is on the wall because I was in...
You are almost unique in being able to tell yourself, this is the way it is, because everybody else... But I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. So many actors, and male actors too, do not want to face facts that time to switch to an older category.
Oh, yeah.
And when I'm like that, I say, fine, sure. And they say,
Yes.
but they say, oh, but honey, don't you want to, I'm old, fat, I'm not going to be in a bikini, fuck off.
Yeah. Well, and I was like, why would I do that? It's like I'm apologizing for having lived.
And, it never, you just look like an older woman with a facelift, let's face it.
Yeah, come on.
And those big lips, they get no.
Oh, and it, and sort of, she's gone off and she's had knee surgery, and she looks so much better.
Or as Gloria Steinem said, for my vision's sake. Yeah. But anyway, well, we're almost out of time. My guest has been the brilliant Louise Shaffer, who you will be, I hope, seeing her on at regular intervals on this show, along with the other wonderful guests that Tom brings over, like Eileen Kristen and Carol Hollenbeck, and others. I hope you have others in the pipeline.
Yes, I'll try.
And
Rosie.
Oh, right.
who?
Rosie.
Rosaleo. Is that how you say her name?
Rose. Aleo.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, my guest has been Louise Shaffer, brilliant actress and writer. Tom Lisanti, brilliant writer who's invented a genre, and he wrote this book on Ryan's Hope, on which Louise starred, and you can get it at Barnes & Noble and Amazon. And